Hello guys, today we are going to discuss about how to balance the chemical equation with easiest method. So let's get started without wasting any time. Okay, so for that we have to follow few steps like it's written here. We have to follow these four steps. One is metal. Firstly, we will balance the metals such as sodium, potassium, calcium, magnesium, zinc, iron, copper. And then after that, we are going to jump into balance the non-metals such as carbon, nitrogen, fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine, sulfur, phosphorus. And after that, we are going to do the balancing of hydrogen and oxygen. So here it doesn't matter whether you are going to balance firstly oxygen and then hydrogen. So you can switch these steps. That's also fine. Now let's start with some examples. Okay, so for this example, what we are going to do, we are going to write down it. We are having here like carbon, oxygen, which gives carbon monoxide. Now in this case, very first we have to follow quickly all those four steps that we had discussed. So do we have any metal here in this equation? No, we don't have. Do we have any hydrogen? No. So we are going to skip these two steps. Now what we are having here? We are having non-metal, that is carbon. We are having oxygen with us. So let's count it down. So when I'm counting the carbon, I can see I am having only one carbon on left hand side and one carbon on right hand side. So while doing it, what I can see, it's already balanced. I don't have to multiply any of this. Now when I'm counting it for, you can see when I'm counting it for oxygen, I'm having two oxygen here while one on right hand side. So just to make it same, I'm going to make it times 2 on right hand side. As you can see, it's a molecule, so I'm putting bracket first, then I will write down 2. So now you can count out your oxygen. While counting, we can see it becomes 2 oxygen. So now while doing it, our oxygen got balanced. But wait, as we are doing it, we can see our carbon get disturbed. Now carbon is becoming 2 on right hand side. Okay, so it's 2 on right hand side. While if I'm looking on left hand side, it was only 1. So to make it same, what I'm going to do, I'm going to make it times 2. So now carbon is an element here, so I can write 2 directly. So while doing it, I got this as balanced equation. 2 of carbon plus oxygen will give you 2 of carbon monoxide. So this is the balanced equation. Now let's go to next. So when I am jumping to the next I am having magnesium nitride, which is reacting with water to give you magnesium hydroxide and ammonia. So now let's balance it again. Remember what we have to do. We have to check all those four steps: metal, non-metal, hydrogen and oxygen. So if you will see here, we are having metal such as magnesium, non-metal, nitrogen, and we are having hydrogen and oxygen both here. Now let's count it for magnesium. So while I'm counting it for magnesium, I can see I'm having 3 magnesium on left hand side while I'm having only 1 magnesium on right hand side. So what I will do for that, I'm going to make it times 3 on right hand side. As it's a molecule, you can see it's a compound here on the right hand side. So what I can do, I will make it times 3. So while doing it, I can see 3 of magnesium. Yes, so now let's go to the next element. So what we are having in the next, we can see for next element that I am having, that is non-metal. So what I am having as a non-metal, that is nitrogen. Okay, so for nitrogen, we can count it on left hand side, it is 2. Okay, now when I'm counting it for right hand side, it's only 1. Again, to make it same, what I'm going to do, I'm going to make it times 2. As you can see, ammonia is a molecule, so I have to put the bracket first. Now it's going to be 2 times of 1. Yes, so it got balance. That's nice. Now let's go to the hydrogen. When I'm counting it for hydrogen, you can see I'm having only 2 hydrogen on left hand side. But you can see I'm having hydrogen here with magnesium hydroxide and hydrogen here with ammonia as well. So what I will do, I will count them separately. So it's going to be 3 times of 2, that is 6. So it's going to be 6 hydrogen for me. Again, if I'm counting it for hydrogen in this case, in the case of ammonia, it's going to be 2 times of 3, again 6 hydrogen. So collectively it comes to me as 12 hydrogen. Yes, so I'm having 12 on right hand side while 2 on left hand side. What I will do, I will make it times 6 on left hand side so that I can get 12 of 12. So without wasting any time, let's write down 6. So as I have written 6, now you can count it. Do you have 6 hydrogen on okay, now you are having 6 molecule of water here, so you are having 12 hydrogen on left hand side, and you have already seen you are having 12 hydrogen on right hand side. Now let's come to oxygen. So when we are coming to the oxygen, we can find it out. For oxygen, it is 6 times of 1, that's going to be 6. Now let's see here. If I am going to make it times 3 times of 2 once again, now this time I am going to do it for what? For oxygen. So this is going to be 3 times of 2, that's going to give me 6 oxygen. So I don't have any oxygen with ammonia, so I am having in total 6 oxygen on right hand side. So I got my balanced equation, which is Mg3N2 plus 6 molecule of water, and then I will get 3 of magnesium hydroxide and 2 of ammonia. So this is my balanced equation. So let's jump into next example. So when we are coming to the next example, what we are having copper oxide, and we are reacting it with ammonia to get copper, nitrogen and water. So now you know what we are going to follow. We are going to follow all the 4 steps that we know: metal, non-metal, hydrogen and oxygen. Now let's see. Metal, we know we are having metal as copper, non-metal, nitrogen, we have hydrogen and oxygen in this equation. Now let's count them separately. So when I am counting it for copper, you can see it's only 1 on left hand side, and on right hand side again it's 1. That's fine. Now let's go to the nitrogen. It's 1 here, and again when I'm going to nitrogen, it is 2 on right hand side. It means I have to do something here to make the same. So what I will do in that case, I'm going to make it times 2 on left hand side. So for doing that, what I will do, I will put the bracket first, then write down 2. So while doing it, I will get 2 times of 1, 2 nitrogen on left hand side. Now it will become 2 of 2. So after balancing the nitrogen, what we can do, we can check it for hydrogen. Now let's check it for hydrogen. So as we are checking it for hydrogen, we can see we are having in total 6 hydrogen, 2 times of 3. Okay, so as we are checking it on the left hand side, it is 6, while when I'm checking it for right hand side, it is only 2. So you know what I have to do, I have to make it times 3. So when I'm making it times 3, I can easily get 6 of 6. As water is a molecule, so I have to put the bracket first, then I will write down 3 here. So by writing it down 3, what I can see now, I can easily get 6 hydrogen on right hand side as well. Now it's time to balance oxygen. So while I'm balancing the oxygen, I can see I'm having only 1 oxygen on left hand side, while if I will see, I'm having 3 times of 1 on right hand side, which is 3 oxygen. Just to make it same, what I will do, I am making it times 3 on left hand side. So as copper oxide is there, so I will put the bracket, then I will write down 3. So by making it this, I am getting 3 oxygen on both sides. Now wait, while doing it, you can see we have disturbed our copper. Now you can see you are having 3 times of 1, that will become 3. Okay, so now it changed into 3 of 1. To make it same, what I will do, I will make it times 3 on right hand side. So as I'm making it times 3 on right hand side, I will write down 3. So it will become balanced. Now let's write down the balanced equation, that is 3 of copper oxide, 2 of ammonia, and then 3 of copper, and then nitrogen, and 3 of water molecule. Let's go to next. Okay, so hope you are getting what we are doing. So next example we are having here aluminium carbide, where we are reacting it with water to get methane and aluminium hydroxide. Okay, so now you know what we have to do. We have to quickly check all these 4 steps. Okay, let's check it. Here metal we are having aluminium, non-metal carbon, we are having both elements hydrogen and oxygen. Now let's count them separately. For aluminium you can see we are having 4 aluminium on left hand side, while only 1 on right hand side. Now to make it same, I am going to take it times by 4. So while I am making it times 4, now let's see, very first I have to put the bracket. Now I am going to write down 4 here. So while doing it, I can see I will get 4 of 1, that's going to be 4 of 4. Now I got my balanced aluminium. Now it's time to check it for carbon. Okay, now you can see we are having only 3 carbons on left hand side and 1 on right hand side. Just to make it same, what I have to do, I have to make it times 3 on right hand side. Let's do it. So as I'm doing it, I can see I'm getting 3 of 3, which is balanced. Now let's go to hydrogen. When we are jumping to the hydrogen, we can see we are having only 2 hydrogen on left hand side, while you can see we are having hydrogen with methane and hydrogen with aluminium hydroxide. Now in this case, what I'm going to do, I'm going to check it for both sides. Now very first for methane, it is 3 times 4, which is 12 hydrogen. Okay, now for this it's going to be 4 times of 3, then inside it is 1, so it's going to be 4 times of 3, or times of 1, it's going to be 12. So let's count it together. So in total it's going to be 24 hydrogens. Okay, now let's write down. So we are having here 24 hydrogens, while on the other side we are having only 2. To make it same, I am going to make it times of 12 on left hand side. As it's in the molecule state, I will put the bracket first, then write down 2. So now it's going to be 12 times 2, 24, 24 on both sides. Now it's time to balance the oxygen. So when we are jumping to the oxygen, we can see we are having now in total 12 oxygen on left hand side. Okay, now I'm having oxygen here only. So what I can do, I can check it by making 4 times of 3. Yes, so 4 times of 3, and then it's going to be get multiplied by 1 of oxygen. So it's going to be basically 4 times of 3 times of 1, which is giving me in total 12 oxygen. Okay, so it is in total 12 oxygen. So this gave me the balanced equation as aluminium carbide, 12 of water molecules, and then we can get 3 of methane with 4 of aluminium hydroxide. So hope you are getting it with me. So this is our balanced equation. Now let's go to the next. And the next is with manganese oxide, hydrochloric acid. We are reacting manganese oxide with hydrochloric acid to get manganese chloride, water and chlorine. Okay, again we have to check metal, non-metal, hydrogen and oxygen. So what we are having? We are having as metal manganese, non-metal chlorine. Of course we are having hydrogen and oxygen in this. Now let's count it for manganese. We are having only 1 manganese on left and 1 on right. It is already balanced. Now let's check it for chlorine. So we are having only 1 chlorine on left hand side, while we are having 2 here, 2 chlorine with manganese chloride and 2 chlorine coming as molecule. So in total we are having 4 chlorine. So to make it same, what I'm going to do, I'm going to make it times 4 on left hand side. So as you can see, we are having here a molecule of hydrogen chloride here. So I can put 4 in front of that while putting bracket first. Now as I'm doing this, I can see I got my chlorine balanced. It's time to balance the hydrogen. Now you can see here we are having 4 hydrogen on left hand side, while we are having only 2 hydrogen on right hand side. Now to make it same, what I can do, I am going to make it times 2 on right hand side. So for that, firstly I will put the bracket, then write down 2. So as I'm doing it, I can see I'm getting 4 out of 4. So now you can see we are having same number of hydrogen on both sides. Now the last but not least, it's the time for oxygen. I can see I am having only 2 oxygen on left hand side. Okay, and how many oxygen I can see on the right hand side? It's again 2. So that's fine. So you got your balanced equation. That's manganese chloride and 4 of HCl, which give you manganese chloride, and then 2 of water molecule and chlorine. So this is the balanced equation. So hope you got this method. So if you are having any trouble with this, please comment on that. Thank you so much. Bye bye.